Hello and welcome to another Math in 5 Minutes with me, Ms. Wodzinski. Today's topic is the triangle angle sum theorem, which is a very important topic in geometry. So the triangle angle sum theorem simply states that all three angles in a triangle must sum to 180 degrees. It's that simple. So in this example right here, angle A plus angle B plus angle C has to add up all three of those to equal 180. The three angles of a triangle add to 180. It's that simple. So let's see how we can apply the triangle angle sum theorem to some different examples where we have to solve for a missing angle or an unknown variable. So in this first example right here, we have a basic triangle. It doesn't matter what kind of triangle it is, and we have the three angles labeled. So we have 84 degrees, x plus 59, and x plus 51. To solve for x, we always have to write an equation. So we'll write that equation by adding the three angles together. So x plus 59 plus x plus 51 plus 84 equals 180. That's where this original equation comes from. Then we need to put on our algebra hats and go ahead and solve that equation. So the first thing we need to do here is gather up all of the like terms. Once you gather them all up, you should be left with the equation 2x plus 194 equals 180. In order to solve this two-step equation, we need to subtract the 194 from both sides, leaving us with 2x equals negative 14, and then dividing by 2 on both sides to isolate the variable, leaving us with x equals negative 7. And it's that simple. You'll get used to writing these equations pretty quickly. The three angles in the triangle add to 180 degrees. We can also apply the triangle angle sum theorem to specific types of triangles like isosceles or equilateral triangles to help us solve for missing angles and missing variables. So in an isosceles triangle, if you recall from another one of my videos, we have two congruent sides, which we can see right there. Those are our two congruent sides. I was missing the tick mark, which means that we actually also have two congruent angles, which are directly across from the congruent sides. So those two angles are equal. So we set up the equation by making them equal to each other. 2x plus 5 equals 75, or 75 equals 2x plus 5. Then we go ahead and we solve that equation just like we know how to. We subtract the 5 on both sides to leave us with 70 equals 2x. And then we divide by 2 on both sides to leave us with x equals 35. Of course, you can plug that in to check your answer, or you can check it really quickly in your head to make sure that it makes sense. Now that we know that both of these angles are 75 degrees, that's very, very important. We can set up another equation using the triangle angle sum theorem to solve for the missing angle y. So since the two base angles are both 75, we can add the 75 and the 75 and the y equal to 180 and solve that equation. You gather up your like terms, the 75 and the 75, to leave us with 150 plus y equals 180. And then you can subtract the 150 from both sides to get the y by itself, and we would get y equals 30. And again, you can plug that back in to check and see if it makes sense. Make sure those three angles add up to 180 and be positive that you solved that equation correctly. Finally, we can use the triangle angle sum theorem to solve for missing angles and variables in equilateral triangles as well. So what we know about equilateral triangles is that they have three congruent sides and additionally three congruent angles. So if we have 180 degrees in the entire triangle and all the angles together, and if we shared that 180 degrees evenly between the three angles, we would be left with 60 degrees for each angle. So that's where this equation comes from. The 3x plus 45 has to be equal to 60 degrees because every angle in an equilateral triangle is 60 degrees. In order to solve this equation right here, we would subtract the 45 on both sides leaving us with 3x equals 15. And then we would divide by 3 on both sides, leaving us with x equals 5. And that's it. That's how we can apply the triangle angle sum theorem to solve for missing angles and unknown variables in triangles. As always, happy learning.